Right now, it's time for a special edition of the CNBC All-America Survey that looks at the presidential election from the national perspective and combines results from the 7 critical battleground states. Our senior economics reporter, Steve Liesman, is here. He's got the details on that. Hi, Steve.
Good morning, Becky. This is a unique look at the election from a national and battleground state perspective. And what the All-America Economic Survey shows is no matter how you slice it, it's a statistical dead heat with economic issues strongly favoring Trump, social issues and concerned about character, keeping Harris toe-to-toe with the former president. Nationally, we show Trump up by 2 points, 48% to 46%, same as our August survey, and both within the 3.1% margin of error. In the 7 combined battleground states, where, by the way, because of the sample being smaller, it's a 4% margin of error. It's 48 to 47, or 1 point closer. Congressional preference, though, control. 48% wanted to be Republican, 44% Democrat. That is unchanged again from August, despite all of the money being spent. Well, the division of the top line data reflects deep splits by race, gender, and education. Let's go through some of those here. College grads or more, Harris is winning by 20 points. Some college or less, Trump is winning by 16 points. Voters of color, Harris is winning by 27 points. Importantly, that's down 10 points from our August survey, but it is 10 points higher in the battleground states. White voters, Trump is plus 14. Women, Harris plus 12, Trump plus 17, and that is a key for Trump. He's winning men by more than Harris is winning women. Okay, both candidates have made strides and some have lost ground with key constituents. Let's go through. So with women, Harris led Trump by 5 in August. Now she's up 12. Men, Trump went from 9 to plus 17. Becky's shaking her head, which really makes me comfortable that she understands everything that's going on. Yeah. It's really interesting, right? So voters of color, Harris plus 37 in August, now plus 27. Again, she's at 38 in the battleground states. And then this young thing is really interesting. Harris was plus 10 in August. Now Trump is plus 1. Why? He has made important gains with young men throughout the country and in the battleground states. Now, looking at this next thing here in terms of favorability, Harris has lost all her post-convention bounce. She went from plus 3 in the September NBC poll to minus 10 back where she was in our August survey. That's a sign Trump has been landing blows on her image, and maybe perhaps she's been doing it to herself as well. Trump maintains his minus 13 to minus 6. He was minus 13 in August, too, so he's improved his favorability. Now, Trump has big leads over Harris among voters who grade the economy and inflation the most important concerns. That's true nationally and in the battlegrounds. But here's one interesting difference to think about here. On the issue of the needs of the middle class, 82% say it's an important issue nationally, but 88% in the battlegrounds. Now look at this. Trump is plus 5 on the issue nationally, but Harris is plus 3 in the battleground states. So she's done apparently a better job in terms of making herself feel like she's more in line with the needs of the middle class in those battleground states. Harris has big leads on abortion in the battleground states and nationally. Trump trounces her on immigration and crime and safety. So amid all the spending and campaigning, there are shifts underneath the surface that are important to watch, wins and losses, but the race remaining pretty much what it was, guys.
Is there a reason to look at national polls when we know it's going to come down to these battleground states?
It depends on what your question is. If you want to know who's going to win, you got to look at the battleground states. And the trouble is that the state polling has a larger error than the national polling.
So if pollsters were really smart, they would do much bigger polls in the battleground states? It's
an interesting question as to whether or not bigger polls. I think you're going to have Frank on. Frank Luntz coming up. I would ask him that question. I don't know if it's bigger. I don't know if there's something about the states that make them particularly hard. It's so interesting that we can use 1,000 people and get really close to the national thing. Take those same 1,000 people, put them in Wisconsin, and you're going to have a larger error. It's one of those.
It's funny you said Wisconsin. That was the one where someone was up 17 and Election day was 1.
It was 1. Yeah. I think Wisconsin has shown itself to be one of the states that defies accurate polling. Look, I love these polls because however you come to your conclusions about what's going on in America, I get to ask 1,000 people the same question.
Right.
and I get to really learn about what motivates people, what people are thinking, the differences of opinion out there. We all have our little, atmospheres and bubbles that we live in. And this gets you outside if you read the story, read the responses.
I love seeing this stuff, but I also know how wrong polls in general have been over the last 10, 12 years politically, just because it's harder to track down people, to get them to either answer the phone, to get them to respond to something along those lines. And I think we're all trying to figure out how much we put in the polls, especially when they're so closer than the margin of error, which makes it really tough to feel like you can say with any authority.
I'd just like to say we have, I think, two of the best pollsters in the country.
No, I know.
What I wanted to say, we have public opinion strategies on the Republican side. We have hard associates on the Democratic side. Yeah. We have been working and looking at errors that have been made and trying to correct them. There's the notion of not getting the responses from the Trump people, but you simply... You can't add people just because you were wrong last time. You've got to find those people. We spent enormous amounts of money moving from landlines to cell. We've used some web stuff in our Latino poll that we did with NBC Network and Telemundo. We used, I think, a third of it was web stuff. So everybody's trying. Everybody has an interest in getting this right. And by the way, an interesting thing that I've thought a lot about is this. Every dollar spent in a campaign is designed to prove a poll wrong.
Right.
So
they're paying attention to the polls.
If I show you that Harris is lagging with the Latinos, what is the Harris campaign going to do? They're going to spend tens of millions of dollars proving the poll wrong.
So they're watching the polls for sure.
They're reading them. That's why we all do it. Now, I mean, my wife said to me, Steve, why are you working until 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night on this poll? Why can't we just wait till the election?
Well, that's the thing.
I'm not sure I've got a good answer to that. I'd like to.
If you go back, I mean, if the 2000 election was literally in the hundreds, how do you possibly poll 300 million people if you get down to a margin of 100? What was it? It was like 1,200 when we were
in Florida.
We were in Florida, but that's what it came down.
Just real quickly, tomorrow we've got two really good stories. One looking at those voters who are persuadable, a large percentage of which there
are still persuadable right this minute.
Still persuadable people out there. And then we're going to look at the advertising and the marketing in some of these states.
And what I do love in this is showing the direction and the trends on things, because I think that shows you clear momentum one side or the other, and I think that's probably pretty valuable.
It's fascinating, and I'm really looking forward to Frank's analysis of all this.